The service user I'll be working with today is Macy. She's a 20-year-old female, and she's going on vacation with her family, and she's having a lot of anxiety about the flight. So let's bring in Macy. Hi Macy, I'm Brenna. It's nice to meet you.
Hi Brenna.
I'm going to be your counselor today.
Okay.
Okay, so before we start, I'm just going to talk about confidentiality. Have you ever heard about that?
A little bit.
Okay, so I'm just going to explain it like in detail. So whatever we talk about today is going to stay between us, and like any other session, it will stay between us unless it breaches confidentiality, and that is only if I think you're an imminent risk to yourself or to others, or if you disclose child or elderly abuse, or if like you're in trouble with the law and my notes get subpoenaed to court. But that's the only time I would have to breach confidentiality, or if like we're talking about something and I'm not sure how to like handle it, or like I'm not sure what advice to give you, I might talk to my supervisor about it, but that's about it. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to start by telling me about why you're here today?
Yeah, so I'm feeling a little bit super anxious actually, not just a little bit, about the flight that I'm going to have to go on a trip with my family, and it's like 3 months away, so I thought like that's not normal to be that worried about it, so I decided to come talk to you.
Okay, so on a scale of like 1 to 10, how anxious would you say you are right now?
10 being the highest.
Yes, 10.
10.
10? Oh, okay, that's pretty high. Okay. So, do you think like we could do like quick breathing exercises to like calm your nerves a bit?
Yeah, sure, that'd be great actually.
Okay, so we're just gonna like breathe in for 4 seconds and then breathe out for 4 seconds, and we're gonna do that 4 times.
Okay.
So in, and then out, and then in, and out, and in, and out, and one more time. So did that help a bit?
Yeah, it actually did.
Okay, so where would you put your anxiety at?
Probably like a 7 now.
7? Okay, well that's better than a 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so have you ever been on flights before, like, or is this your first flight?
I've been on a couple, but one I was alone, and it was like 9 hours, and the other one was with people like I'm not really close with.
Okay, so how did those go? Could you tell me about like the experience?
Yes. So I just like sat alone on the flight, like I was by myself, so that gave me like a lot of like my nerves were acting up because I was super like anxious and by myself, and
yeah, of course.
Yeah. And then the second one, like I got sick the whole way with like the people I was with, so that's kind of embarrassing. But
yeah, well, it's not fun. Okay, so and who are you going on the vacation with, like this time?
My mom and grandparents.
Oh, okay, so that's nice. And are you closer with them than the other people? Like,
yeah.
You have a close relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So do you think that might help your nerves a bit, flying with people like you're close with, that you can like talk to about when you're getting nervous?
Yeah.
And, like tell them about the anxieties you're having?
Yeah,
Okay, that's good. And when would you say your nerves start? Do you feel like your anxiety is the highest at like beginning of the flight, or is it throughout like the entire flight?
So I get like the most, like I'm anxious now, but it's not for another 3 months, but like the 2 hours, like the 2 hour mark before your flight, you know what I mean? Like when you have to get to the airport and just sit there, like that's the worst.
So just the anticipation of actually getting on the plane.
Yeah.
Okay, so like have you tried anything like previously at airports, like reading a book or something, like get your mind off the flight?
No.
Or something? Do you think like maybe if you tried to distract your mind from the like, just the anticipation, like just thinking about the flight, like reading a book or like watching a movie, like on Netflix or something, like doing it on your phone?
Yeah, that might work.
Yeah, I just find like when I'm feeling anxious about something, it's nice to have something just like distract you while you're waiting for it to happen.
Yeah, that would be good. Should do that.
So, how long is the flight to England? Do you know?
5 or 6 hours.
Okay, that's long, but it's not too long.
Yeah, it's not too Too bad compared to the 9-hour one I did.
And, like, that was just not a good experience, the 9-hour flight.
No, because I was by myself. So.
And, like, your anxiety was throughout the flight on that one, correct? Okay. And did you experience, like, heavy turbulence on the plane, or, like, was it just you had more of a what-if feeling?
So I always have a what-if feeling. Okay. And whenever there's turbulence, like, I don't know what bad turbulence is, because I think it's all terrible. Like, whenever I just, like, feel it bumping, like, oh, I think I'm going down.
I don't think anyone likes turbulence.
No. So, I would say, like, I haven't been, like, well, I guess the one time, like, I wasn't by myself, like, the person I was with, like, she flies a lot. She said that was the worst turbulence she's ever been through. So maybe, like, just that flight, like, just set me off, because that was before my flight alone. Yeah. It, like, triggered me or something.
Yeah, so, like, did you find yourself, like, thinking about that flight, like, before the 9-hour flight?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that probably did not help the anxiety.
No.
So, like, when you're having anxiety on the flight, like, do you have any techniques to, like, calm you down, or, like, do you just kind of...
So, like, you know those little movie things they have?
Yes.
Like, in, like, behind, like,
on
the seats. So that does, and, like, that helps, kind of, as long as it's not, like, a movie on a plane or something. And, like, I try not to sit by the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, and looking at other people helps, like, because if other people aren't panicking and freaking out, then, like, you must be okay at the moment, you know?
And do you have any techniques, like, when you're feeling anxious right now about the flight to, like, help calm you down?
No, except for thinking about it 24/7.
Well, like, one thing that might help is think about that you've been on 2 other flights and you survived both of them.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That might help to think about. I don't know.
Yeah, I should look at that. Good idea.
But, like, it sounds like you are pretty good at, like, calming your anxiety on the flight. It's just right now that we have to...
Yeah, and I just have to, like, avoid some things on the flight to make me less anxious. Like, you know, on the flight, like, that movie thing, you can watch movies, or you can watch where your plane is.
Yeah.
And, like, just knowing that, like, we're not even close to the destination, like, actually kills me. But, like, I'll look at it when I know, like, okay, I've been on here forever. Like, I'll look on it, and, like, I'll be like, oh, I'm close.
Yeah.
Well, so that'll make me feel better.
Well, like, it sounds like you're really good at, like, avoiding triggers for your anxiety, so that's really good. Like, and, like, you're aware of your triggers, too. That's also really good. A lot of people, like, they aren't aware of their triggers for their anxiety.
Yeah.
So it's good that you've identified them and you know how to, like, stay away from them. It's really good. Mm-hmm. So, when, like, you're having anxiety now, are you, like, what are you thinking? Like, what are your thoughts?
So I have nightmares and stuff of just, like, the plane going down. I'm just scared to, like, you know, like, that 15 seconds of going down and knowing you're dying. Like, I don't care. Like, like, I probably won't feel it, or I'll just, like, it'll just be done and over with. Just that 15 seconds of, like, panicking, knowing that you're going down, like, oh, it's gonna get, like, it gives me a heart attack just thinking about it.
Yeah, that's a very, like, scary thought. I think anyone would be scared of that. Yeah,
I don't know why I just draw to that, though.
And so, like, you're having nightmares, like, are you waking up, like, when you're having these nightmares, like, you're waking up in the middle of the night, or...
Not the middle of the night, but, like, it'll be, like, the morning. So, like, it's not affecting my sleep, but, like, I'll wake up and be like, oh, that's terrible.
Sorry, are you talking to anyone, like, in your family, like your mom or your grandparents, about the nightmares that you're having?
I do. Sorry. I do, but they're not, like, they don't really get it. Like, they fly all the time, so they're just like, we're fine, it's fine. And I'm just like, it's not fine, it's scary. Like, you know?
Yeah. Do you read a lot of articles or, like, see a lot of news videos about plane crashes?
So, like, not if I'm not looking for them, honestly.
Okay. That was going to be my next question, is do you look for articles about that?
Like, honestly, I've heard of a couple just here and there.
Yeah.
But I usually look for them, and I find a lot, so.
Okay, well, do you think maybe if, like, you just didn't look for them, that could help your anxiety?
Yeah.
Or do you know what line you're flying with?
Yes, always, of course. So that gives me really bad anxiety knowing, like, which flight. So I've done some research, and it just, like, Air Canada seems to be, like, my best bet. Like,
Yeah.
they are really, like, bad to the customers, like, a friggin' motor, but I'd rather if they're, like,
you would hate if they
Yeah.
Okay, I was also going to ask, like, did you do research online? But obviously you did. So that's good. Like,
Yeah.
that's really good that...
Makes me feel a little bit safer.
Like, it sounds like you're really good at, like, not, like, avoiding your triggers completely, because, like, you can't avoid them being on a flight, and, like, sometimes you have to fly, like, you don't have an option to drive to England, but, like, you're good at controlling them, like, controlling what triggers you. So that's really good. Like, a lot of people, like, sometimes they're not even aware, so. So other than nightmares, do you have, like, anything else? Like, do you have any other side effects? Like, do you have any physical side effects, like nausea or anything?
Yeah, so that I do. Like, I feel nauseous, like, just talking about it, but I don't get sick until, like, I'm actually on it.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm not usually a motion sickness person, so.
Yeah. So that could just be, like, a physical symptom of anxiety. So, like, do you have anything, like, do you take, like, gravel or something to help you on the flight?
Yeah, I usually take gravel. Actually, the one time I took ginger gravel. Too much. And then, like, it just... So now I just stick to normal gravel so it doesn't upset my stomach.
And you find that helps a lot with the nausea?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
And I hate the way, like, your ears pop and stuff. So, like, I always make sure I bring gum, even though it doesn't really help. But
another thing that might work, when I fly, when my ears pop, I, like, plug my nose and, like, breathe out.
Okay.
That's
I'll
what
have
I
to
do.
try that when I go.
Yeah, because I hate when my ears pop, too. That is the worst feeling. It is. I hate that. So, like, after today, like, do you think, like, what would you put your anxiety at?
Talking to you, I'm probably about down to, like, a 5 now. I really like that exercise, so.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, so you should keep trying that, like, when you're feeling anxious. And also, like, coming back for sessions, that'll help, too. And I guess, like, researching your line was really good. I was going to give you that advice, but you already are one step ahead of me, so. But yeah, like, just coming back in for sessions, and, like, when you're having nightmares, like, you could, I know you said they don't get it, but I don't know, does it help, like, just telling someone about the nightmare, like, when you have it?
Yeah, like, I'll wake up and, like, maybe tell my friends and stuff when they see them, be like, oh, I had a crazy dream last night, you know, and they'll be like, oh my god, that's weird, and, like, just hearing them say, like, that's weird and not normal, like, that kind of makes me feel better, too.
Yeah. So, like, maybe, like, yeah, just telling someone when you have the nightmare, just so you get it off your chest, so it's not, like, weighing you down, like, maybe making your anxiety worse. I don't know if it does, but yeah, so you could just try those techniques, and other than that, like, I'll see you for our next session.
Okay, thank you. Nice to see you.
God.